Today I'll give you a quick recap on the enhancements. So what is the enhancement in SAP? Adding
We are adding additional
Adding the additional
functionalities to the
functionalities
Without
general.
disturbing,
without
we added
disturbing
new
the
So change
functionalities.
existing
adding the
functionalities.
additional functionality to the existed functionality.
so, so we are adding new features or new functionality to the standard applications. Can you tell me a few standard applications? Can you tell me
Standard
Standard tables with custom
with
fields.
custom
this is one
fields.
one enhancement where we enhance additional fields to the standard table. What is the technique we use to add the custom
Append
fields?
structure.
Append structure. We use
Append
append
structure.
structure.
Append structures.
So in append structure, we add the fields, whatever required. But what is the preferable approach? First, create a structure with required
We
Create
create
a
fields
structure.
structure
and add that structure name in the append structure. Okay?
and attach to the
Or yeah, tell me the applications. Not, I'm not asking about the tables, but applications. Tell me few standard applications in SAP. Sales order create.
billing,
Is it
sales
Sales
order, purchase
billing.
orders.
VA01?
Purchasing.
Change sales order VA02. Change, sorry, display sales order VA03.
Yes, sir.
These are standard applications or not? And
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Standard.
create
Yes.
create billing document VF01. Is this a standard application or not? Right? ME 2021N, 22N, and 23N. These are standard applications only, right? Like that, we have
Yes.
many standard applications in SAP for different functional modules, right? In HR, we have some standard applications. In plant maintenance, we have some standard applications, right? In sales and distribution, we have standard applications. So by using enhancements, we are going to add additional features to this standard applications. So why SAP provided these enhancement options? They have provided the standard functionality which is common for the most of the organizations, right? But still there are some differences between company to company, how they operate their business model, right? If you compare two colleges, if you compare two colleges, any two engineering colleges, most of the regular process is same, right? Starting from the college to evening at the end, most of the process is common,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So
Yes, sir.
they operate some buses, right? And they maintain some timetable for daily classes, and they prepare exams, they provide the results, they collect fee, right? All these things, most of the things are common, but not 100%, right? You guys used to say one college is very good and the other college is not that much good because there are some differences how they maintain it, right? So here also SAP provided most of the common business functionalities, but there are some differences. There will be some differences between company to company. To achieve the additional functionality of the individual company, they can use these enhancement options to add their to add their own functionality into the standard applications. For that reason, SAP provided these enhancement options. So in between the standard program, somewhere in between the standard program, they have provided these enhancement options to add our custom functionality, right? So how these enhancements will be available in the program? For example, if you take some, let's assume, let me show you. Let's assume it is a one standard program. How these enhancements options are available, like user exits, customer exits, baddies, how they are available? Let's assume this is all source code, standard code, and it contains different events like initialization, at selection screen, start of selection, and everything. So to add custom functionality, what SAP did in between the standard code, right? In between the standard code, they have added some enhancement options. For example, that might be a customer exit, user exit, or BADI. Even we can use
Bad.
implicit enhancements. For example, customer exit. In the other place, they might used a BADI. Here, they are going to provide one empty interface method in the form of BADI, where you can add your own code here. So that will be executed along with the standard logic. Okay, and user exits like this, somewhere in between the code. How they call the user exit? Using
Subroutine.
Subroutines.
how to call the subroutine? Using perform statement, right? So here
Yes, sir.
they provide form and end form. One
Inform.
empty form and end form. In between the form and end form, we can write our code. So that form and end form is being called somewhere in the standard program, right? Once we implemented some code in it, that code also executed along with the standard functionality. If it is a customer exit, how the customer exits will be called? What can you
By
call the
using
customer
function.
exit? Function module.
Yeah, yeah.
So they use a statement call customer function and the function module name, right? So they provide one empty function module. If we implement any code inside that empty function module, that will be called along with our standard logic. Here, if you take BADI, how they are going to call the BADI in our standard code? In between somewhere in the standard code, they call one BADI method using CL exit handler. Using CL exit handler class, they call BADI definitions in between somewhere in the standard code. If you implement this BADI and add some code to the BADI, your custom functionality will also execute along with your standard functionality. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So in a standard program, you may not be able to find all of them. Like you may not be able to find user exits, customer exits, and baddies in the same program. In few programs, they provide baddies. In few programs, they provide user exits. In some areas, they provide customer exits. Okay, depends on the functional module. If you see sales and distribution, in sales and distribution module, we have a lot of user exits using form and end form. We have a lot of user exits where we write code inside a subroutine. But in other modules, we found mostly baddies and customer exits. Okay, and we have one more option called implicit enhancement. Implicit enhancements. These are available in every program at the end of the program and beginning of the function module and end of the function module. I'll show you. So that is called implicit enhancement. So implicit enhancements will be like this. If you go to any program, when we go for implicit enhancement, when we go for implicit enhancement, if we are not able to find any user exit, customer exit, or BADI, So SAP did not provide, if SAP did not provide any of these options for enhancement, then we check for what type of enhancements? Implicit enhancements. It
Implicit.
comes under
Implicit.
enhancement framework. We have two types of enhancements in enhancement framework: implicit and explicit. So first we go through these three type of enhancements, and then we'll go through implicit and explicit. But basically, how can you when you go for implicit enhancements, when you don't have any suitable user exits, customer exits, or baddies available in your standard program. Okay, so implicit enhancements will be like this. If you go to any standard program or any program, let's check this SD SDoc print one. I think it is a I think sales order driver program, standard driver program for sales order form. So let's say we need to enhance this standard program. We need to enhance this standard program. First, what is the approach? Find for user exits, right? How to find the user exits? One way is keep a breakpoint here and debug step by step. Other way is find using user exits. Let user exits or user exit. Let me find it. This one, user exit. There is no space in between. Let's find for user exits. Find somewhere in between the standard program, are they calling any user exit? So SAP provided any user exit? No, not found. So user exits are not available in this program. Always, like, if you want to find inside the sub programs and includes, right? What is the option you have to select? This one,
Fine.
not this one. Okay, you need to use this, and you need to select in master program. Okay, now let's check for customer exits. What is a keyword to call the customer exits? Call customer
Customer.
function, I think. So there is no customer exits also available in this specific program. Okay, so otherwise you can find something like this: call customer hyphen function. You should be able to find it. Let's check, is there any baddies available? CL underscore exit handler. If you find any references in the program, there should be some baddie definition is being called, right? This is one way of finding. What is the other way? We can find by using a package name. We used to assign a package, right? Every time we create any object, usually we are
Yes.
assigning local object, local package, but usually we should assign some package, right? Every program will contains a package name. So find the package of this program. Where you can find? Go to attributes.
Attributes.
In attributes, you can find the package name. What is the package name? VNOM. VNOM is the package name for this sales order print driver program. Go to SC80, SC80 object navigator. Object navigator. What is the package name? This one, right? Select package here in object navigator. Select package and enter the package name and click on enter. Press enter. So what you can find here? All the applications, objects which are created under this package. D- Tables, classes, programs, whatever the programs available like added to that package. Function groups, nothing but function modules. You can find a lot of function modules inside that. Everything which are assigned to that package you can find here in this package. Go to enhancements, check enhancements, enhancement implementations. So there is no customer exits or baddies available. There is some new ABAP baddies are available. Enhancement spots are available. I will show you in the later sessions how to work with these enhancement spots. For this, you are not able to find any suitable baddies. Now, what is implicit enhancement? When we go for implicit enhancement, let's say we don't have user exit, customer exit, and baddie. If you need to add any custom logic, what you need to do? You need to find implicit enhancements. How to find implicit enhancements? Go to, sorry, in edit, enhancement operations, show, in edit, enhancement operations, show implicit options. Here you can find one implicit option. Scroll down. Here you have another implicit enhancement option. To create the implementation, right click and create implementation. I will see that later. If you see this, what is this? Form subroutine, right? In
Yes, sir.
forms, you can find implicit enhancement option at the beginning and at the end. In every subroutine, you can find at the beginning and at the end. Here you can write your custom logic by creating the implementation, right? So where can you find implicit enhancement options? Starting of the subroutines or end of the subroutines. In programs, where you can find at the end of the program. This is for program, complete program, right? You can see here for which for which object it is available. It is for complete program. Inside the subroutines, you can find at the beginning and at the end. Go to some function module. Go to any function module, standard or custom, whatever. Display. So this is a standard function module, right? Let's assume if you need to enhance this function module, what are the options available? Like if there is no baddie or customer exit available, check for implicit enhancement options. How to find? Edit, enhancement operations, show implicit. So one implicit option available at the beginning of the function module and another one available at the end of the function module. Depends on your requirement. You can implement your implementation at the end or at the beginning. Even it is same with class methods also. Go to any class method. Go to our CL demo output class. Go to display method. If you want to enhance something here, if you are not able to find any suitable customer exits, user exits or baddies, what you need to do, you need to go for implicit enhancements. Go to enhancement operations, show implicit enhancements. One implicit enhancement is available at the beginning of the method and another one is available at the end of the method. Okay, clear?
Okay, sir.
To implement, we need to use this option, enhance option, and right click and create the implementation. We'll see that later, but just observe the navigations. Okay, how to find implicit enhancements. Now let's go back to our first one, which will first we'll see user exits. So in which module most of the times we use user exits? In which functional module? Sales and
Sales and
distribution,
distribution.
related to sales orders, delivery, billing, these kind of enhancements. We have a lot of user exits, right? These user exits being called inside the standard program depends on the requirement. Some user exits are going to be called before saving it when we click on save. Some are when we enter some data. So these will trigger. Depends on the requirement. We need to choose our suitable user exit. Let's go to VA02 or VA01. Go to VA02. Select any sales order number. Let's select any sales order number. Enter. This is the standard application, right? Now if we need to enhance something, to add some validation, to add our custom validation, right? Or to populate some data automatically. To populate some data automatically. How can you do that? So for that we can make use of user exits, customer exits, or BADIs. We need to check which one is available. First we'll see user exits concept. First we'll see user exits concept. Usually to find the user exits, you need to go to the standard program. Go to status. Go to status. What is the program name? Check the program name. What is the program name? SAP MV45A.
SAP.
Double click on the program. Find the package. Find the package. VA is the package. Now which transaction code we need to go? SC80.
SC80.
Object navigator. Enter the package name. Here you can find all the enhancement options available for this package. So go to enhancements. BADI definitions, classic BADI definitions. There are two BADIs are available. Where you can open BADI definitions, in which transaction code? SC18.
SC80.
Yes.
And BADI implementations. There is no one created any custom implementation. All of them are standard. So there are two BADIs available, only two BADIs available. And how to find the customer exits? What is the transaction
SMOD.
code?
Sounds the
Go to
transaction code. SMOD.
SM.
SMOD. We don't know the customer exit, right? What is the customer exit available for that particular program? We don't know. We need to find it. Go to enhancement, click on F4, and in the package, here you can see the package, right? Enter the package name VA and click on continue. So it will display all the customer exits available for that package. Okay. And you need to go through one by one, and you need to find a suitable customer exit for your requirement. How can you find the suitable customer exit? First thing is, read this description. Determine alternative materials for production selection, product selection. Predefine sold to party in sales document. Predefine means maybe auto populate. Collector for customer function module. Copy packing proposal. By going through, you can understand, right? So is this customer exit is relevant for your functionality or not, right? So if you want to know more about this, for example, select this customer exit. You can read documentation somewhere here. The documentation is available. Maybe, yeah, here. Select the documentation and display. Actually, for this, no documentation available. For many user customer exits, you can find the documentation. They'll provide the details of the customer exit, functionality of the customer exit. Go to the customer exit display. What you can find here? A function module. Open the function module and observe what are the importing parameters available and what are the exporting parameters available. Is this importing parameter suitable for your requirement or not to pass the input to the customer exit function module? Do that analysis. If importing and exporting parameters are suitable, what you need to do? Double click on the include program, create the include program, assign a package and write your custom logic and activate the include program. What is the next step? We need to go to CMOD, take this enhancement, go to CMOD, and we need to add it to a, which one? To which one we need to add? In CMOD, to activate the customer exit.
Customer.
Package, sorry, project. If most of the times there will be a existing project. If there is no project, create your own project and add your customer exit to that project. Can we add same customer exit to multiple projects? It won't allow you to add one
No.
customer exit to multiple projects because we can implement customer exits only once. Okay, save it and go to components and activate. Currently it is inactive. You need to activate it. Activate the project is activated. Now whatever the custom logic you implemented inside the customer exit will be executed along with your standard code. Okay, this is our program, right? This is our standard program for sales order application. That is one way of finding using package name. What is the other way? Search here, call customer, I think call customer hyphen function, but this should also work. We are trying to find customer exits using a keyword call customer. If you see, there are many customer exits are being called here, right? Call customer function, all these are customer exits for different functionalities. Whatever the customer exits we are able to find in the SMOD, those should be available here. Okay, double click on any function module. So in between the source code they are calling one customer exit. Double click on this, what you can find? It is nothing but AMT customer exit. So customer exit function module. Once you implement this customer exit function module, you can execute along with your standard code. Okay, so you need to find is this customer exit suitable for your requirement or not. This is how you can find the customer exits inside the standard program. What is the keyword? Call customer
All
hyphen
customer function.
function. This is the exact keyword. Okay, what we need to do? Every customer exit may not work perfectly. What you need to do? First, create some sample implementation, keep a breakpoint inside the include program and debug it. Is it working as per your expectation or not? Okay, clear? Now how to find baddies? How to find the baddies? One way is go to the package name and go to SC80. There you can find the baddie definitions, right? in enhancements. Here in enhancements, you can find the BADI definitions. What is the other way? Go to the program, go to the standard program of the sales order application, and use CL exit. I think CL exit handler, the exact keyword. This is very important. Please observe carefully. Observe here. CL exit handler and the get instance. What are they passing here? BADI definition. They are passing the BADI definition here. In the CL exit handler, get instance method. Right? So here they are calling one BADI definition. Get instance is the method. Get instance is the method. So you can find using a CL exit handler references in the program. I am showing you sales order program. The process is same for any standard program, any standard application. Okay. Now I am showing you standard program of sales order creation or change, but you need to follow the same process for any application, any program. Okay. Find here and call CL exit handler. What is CL exit handler? It is a class. It is a class which calls the BADI definitions in the
BADI
program.
definition.
Okay. What is the method that calls the BADI definition? Get instance. The exact way of finding BADI. There might be multiple BADIs, right? In one program, there might be 20 BADI definitions. But how can you know what is the suitable BADI that is available for your requirement? For example, let's take MM02 or MM01, create material. So we are executing some steps, right? We opened MM01 and enter the material. Click on continue. So we are following some steps. There might be enhancement options available for different functionalities, right? How can you find the very suitable BADI for your requirement? For that, what you need to do? To find exact BADI for your requirement, suitable BADI. For example, I want to know the BADIs which are available when I click on continue. What are the BADIs SAP provided to add the additional functionality when I click on continue? How can you know that? Go to find the exact BADI. Go to CL exit handler. Go to CL exit handler class in SC24. And what is the method that is using to call the BADI definition?
Get
Get
instance.
instance.
Get
Go to get
instance.
instance method. Very carefully observe. This is a very important interview question. And keep a breakpoint at get class name by interface. Keep a breakpoint here. Now go to your standard transaction code, whatever the transaction code. Currently I am showing you MM02. You need to follow the same step for any transaction code to find exact BADI for your requirement, right? For example, when I click on continue, what are the BADIs available? So enter the material number and click on continue. Look, it is triggering debugger, right? Observe here. Click on F6. It should return BADI name in the exit. BADI material underscore OD. That is being called when we click on continue, right? What is the transaction code to check the BADI definition? SC18. Go to SC18. Sorry, go to BADI name, classic BADI. Display. Actually, this CL exit handler will trigger for every navigation. Okay. For now I'm clicking on F8 here. So this is the BADI definition available for MM02. When we click on continue button, right? Is it a multi-use BADI or a single implementation BADI?
Multi-implementation.
Multi-implementation BADI. So
Multi-use.
we can create multiple implementations for this BADI definition. Okay. Close this. Now similarly F8, it will return all the BADIs available at that particular step, and you need to find suitable BADI by going through BADI definition and its interface methods and importing parameters of the interface method and implement the suitable BADI. Okay, so these are available at the continue step, but I want to find BADI. When I click on save, when I click on save, I need to add some additional functionality. Now I need to know the BADI, right? If you go to SC80, it will show all the available BADIs, not only specific BADI, right? It will show all available BADI definitions. But how can I know what is suitable at a specific action? By using CL exit handler class in get instance method, keep a breakpoint and execute the standard transaction code. For example, I want to know BADI definitions available before saving it. Click on save. This is triggering. Check BADI definitions one by one. In the exit name, it should return the BADI definitions. BADI material check. This is one BADI available. Check all the BADIs. Choose a relevant BADI for our requirement and implement it. What is the transaction code to implement the BADI? SC19.
SC90.
SC19, sir.
So this is a very important navigation. How to find BADI suitable for your requirement. How to find it? Keep a breakpoint in CL exit handler get instance method and execute the standard transaction code so that it will return BADI definitions available at the specific action. Okay. Before save, after save, before entering any input, there are many stages, like it will display all the BADIs available at that specific action. Clear? By using CL exit handler. What is the other way?
SC80.
What is the other way of finding the BADI? First, find the program name of the standard transaction code. Let me remove the breakpoint in CL exit handler. Otherwise, it will trigger for every step. What is the program name? SAPLMGMM. Go to the program, find the package MGA. Where we need to go now? Go to SC80.
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 Enter the
The
package name
package
here.
name.
Go to enhancements. Go to BADI definitions. So these are all the BADIs available for material master transaction code MM02 or MM01, right? But how can I know what is the BADI that is suitable to implement to achieve my functionality? You need to go by BADI definition and you need to check interface methods available. Check data. So what are the parameters available for this interface method? What are the importing parameters and what are the changing parameters? If it is suitable, create the implementation for that BADI. But here you need to check one by one, right? Or you can go by
Yes, sir.
documentation. Go to SC18, enter the BADI definition, enter the BADI definition and go to documentation. It will provide you the details, the exact requirement of this BADI. You can read and find suitable BADI. But what is the preferable approach to find the exact BADI? Using CL exit handler
CL
checked
exit
instancement.
handler.
There you can find a suitable BADI which is being triggered when we click on save. What is the BADI that is triggering? What is the BADI that is triggering when we click on continue? We can find that in CL exit handler class debugging. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Finding the BADI and implementing the BADI, that is only difficult thing. Normal coding, like what is the code you are going to write inside the BADI? Normal ABAP code only. Select statements, loops, reads, if statements and everything. Okay. Only difficult thing here is finding a suitable BADI, customer exit or a user exit. That is the difficult thing when you are working with enhancements. Right? Everyone understood how to find the BADI? I want you
Yes,
to
sir.
make sure first how to find and what is the difference between these different options. We can create implementation in the next session. Okay. Now tell me, we have seen user exits, customer exits and baddies and even implicit enhancements. But out of all this, what is the preferable approach? What is the preferable option? What is the recommended option to implement any enhancement? The recommended option is BADI. If BADI is available, don't go for any other technique, just implement the BADI. If BADI is not available, because there are some advantages of using BADI, because it provides multiple, we can create multiple implementations. It follows object oriented programming concept, and it is performance wise also BADIs are better than function modules based customer exits. If BADIs are not available, for example, there is no BADI available for that standard program, SAP did not provide any BADI, what is the next option you need to check?
Implicit enhancement.
Implicit,
Customer
sir.
exits. Customer exits. Function module based customer exits. I'll tell you why we don't go for implicit enhancement directly. Okay. Next option is customer exits. Check for any customer exit available. If customer exit is available, create your enhancement in the customer exit. If customer exit is also not available, check for any user
Yes,
exits. You need to first find for all SAP provided options.
yes, sir.
If you are not able to find any of these, then check for implicit enhancement option to add your custom logic. Okay? Because if you create implicit enhancement options, right? So usually any server or the system upgrades will happen, right? Time to time. Even if you observe your mobile phone, your apps will be updated for every 6 months or 1 year, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
SAP servers will also upgrade with new features or new releases for every 1 year or 6 months. At the time of upgrades, right? System upgrades, new version upgrades, sometimes implicit enhancements will be deactivated. Implicit enhancements will be deactivated. You need to find each implicit enhancement and activate again. That is the additional thing you need to do, right? But if you write code, your enhancement in the baddies or customer exits, system upgrades are not going to impact. These will be always active. Okay, clear?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
We have explicit enhancement options. We'll see that later. Okay, we have explicit in enhancement framework. We have implicit and explicit. So I've shown you how to find the implicit. We'll discuss, sorry, yeah, implicit. I'll show you explicit later once we are able to have some basic idea on these enhancements. Now we have, yeah, I think we left user exits, right? How to find user exits. Uh, Go to some sales order related program. Yeah, I think we are in sales order program, right? sales order standard program. How to find the user exit? One way is keep a breakpoint and debug step by step until you find some user exits, or shortcut
Find next.
find next
Find.
user exit. Continue. Perform user exit. User exit move field to VBAK. Perform user exit refresh document. Perform user exit read document. What are these? These are all user exits. User exit save document. What are these? User exit save document prepare. So these are all the user exits. Select any of the user exit. Think it is, we need to go by perform. Find for perform where the user exit being called. If you check this, perform user exit, check VBAP. Double click on this. Here, user exit, check VBAP. Check VBAP data. Double click on this. You will be navigated to user exit definition. Sorry, user exit definition. User exit nothing but subroutine. There is one empty form and end form. To implement the code, what you need to do? Change the program. But what it is asking? Is it a standard program or custom program?
Standard.
It is a
Standard.
standard program. When we are working with user exits, please remember you are going to touch standard programs. You are going to change the standard programs. Change the program. You need to turn off the modification assistant. Go to program, somewhere you can find the modification assistant, modification operations, switch off assistant. Select switch off assistant so that it will remove this framework. Switch off assistant. Switch off assistant. You can add your custom logic here, whatever the logic you want. Okay, and activate the program. So your custom functionality will be executed along with the standard functionality. So you find this program. So if you see this program, most of them are user exit definitions only. Most of them are user exit definitions only. Okay, you need to keep a breakpoint and you need to find suitable user exit for your requirement. Clear? When and which
Yes, sir.
the particular user exit is being triggered, you need to find that. There are only two programs, I think two or three programs which contains these user exit definitions. The other program is some ending with some ZZ, that is for sales order data. This one MV45A FZZ. This also contains all the user exit definitions. These are all user exit definitions. User exit delete document. There are many user exits are available for specific purpose. User exit save document prepare. I think this user exit will trigger before saving the sales order. Okay, you can find all these user exits inside this include program or this include program. How to find suitable user exit? Simple. Go to the program. First time in some systems, right? First time when you are changing the standard program, it might ask you a access key, access key, SAP access key, because you are going to change the standard program to implement the user exits, right? Turn off the modification assistance to add the code. For example, I'll keep a breakpoint. I'm not writing any code. I'll keep a breakpoint here. Break best. This is how you can create the breakpoint, right? Break
Yes,
space
sir.
username. I'm adding into some package because it's a standard code. You cannot keep it in the local package because it is already added to one package, right? The standard program is already added to one package. You cannot add it to the local package. Activate the user exit. My user exit is activated. Now let me test it. How? Go to VA02, sales order change, continue, uh, change something. I'll change the description. SG ball 123. Click on save. It is triggered, right? User exit, save document prepare is being triggered here. I'll show you one important thing. But how can you know what is the data that is filled in the screen? What are the tables? Tell me. Sales order tables. Tell me the sales order tables.
VBAK,
VBAK, VBAK.
VBAK.
So whatever the data that is entered in the screen, or if you want to populate any data to the tables to save it in the sales order, you can find X structures, XVBAK, XVBAP. What are these X structures? These contains data which you have entered in the screen. These acts like internal tables. Okay. Double click on the XVBAK. So these are all the values which we entered in the screen, which are going to be saved in the sales order. What is XVBAP? Item level data. Item level data. By default, it is showing first record. You need to use these brackets to make it as an internal table like structure. Double click on this VBAP. There is one item here, right? This is our updated value. I've changed this, right? I've added 1, 2, 3, right?
Yes.
This is going to be saved in the sales order. If you want to populate any data, you can populate here. You can populate here in this subroutine. You can add that logic to populate the XVBAK structure or XVBAP data. These two are internal tables. One contains header level data, which we entered in the screen, and the other one contains item level data, which we have in the screen. Since it contains only one item, we are able to see only one record. Okay. If you want to manipulate any data, you can use some loop statement, delete statement, whatever you want. According to your functionality, you can apply on this header data and item level data. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
We have another structure, another internal table like structure, that is YVBAP. What is YVBAP? Observe. YVBAP is the existing data available in the table before changing. Before changing, what is the data that is available in the screen? In which structure you can find YVBAP
YBAK.
or YVBAK structures before changing the data, right? What is the data that is available? You can find it in Y structures. After changing the data which is going to be saved in the table, that is available in XVBAK, XVBAP
VBAK.
structures. X structures represent the data which is going to be saved in the sales order. Y structures represent previous data before the change. Okay. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll show you a simple functionality how we can add. For example, if xvbak hyphen erdat. Do you have erdat in a vbak table? Is less less than s5 hyphen datum. I'll return some message past date. Something I'm going to return, some error message or information message, whatever. Activate the user exit. So mostly you are going to deal with user exits in sales and distribution module, like sales orders, invoice documents, delivery documents. Those kind of relevant functionality you can implement in user exits. Okay. Activated, user exit is activated. Now go to VA02, relaunch the transaction code. Whenever you do any changes, just reopen it to apply those changes. Click on continue. Do some changes. I'll just change the description 456. Click on save. What it is saying? Some error. It is not allowing me to save. It is raising a error because I've added some custom validation, right? Here, I'm just removing it so that others can access it. Otherwise, no one can create any sales orders. Got it right? How to implement the user exits?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, you don't need to worry about anything. You can easily find many online help, right? You just need to understand the concept. That's it. So depends on the requirement. You're going to write your code inside this user exits. One of the user exits. Okay. And are you going to write directly all the select statements and everything?
No.
How you are going to write
No,
it?
sir.
Are you going to directly write your select statements, loop statements and everything here? What is the preferable approach? Recommended approach. Modularize this. Create a class. Create a method. Inside the class method, implement your custom functionality and call that method here. Okay? Clear?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So what would be the importing parameter of that method? XVBAK structure or XVBAP structures. You need to add as importing parameters, right? When you are modularizing this, don't write code directly, modularize it. Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
So today, please practice this. Just try to find user exits, customer exits, and baddies, and find implicit enhancements in different standard applications. Just do that exercise. You need to familiar with the steps. You should be easily able to answer the steps to find any enhancement option available. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
You'll definitely get two questions on this. Finding baddie, finding user exits, differences between customer exit and user exit. Sorry, customer exit and user exit, and customer exit and baddie. Okay. Understand the differences. User exits follows subroutines. We need a We need to change the standard program to implement the user exits. Customer exits follows, customer exits uses function modules, where we are not going to change any standard program to implement the additional logic. We are going to write our code inside the function module. Tell me something. I've created an enhancement. For example, BADI. I've implemented a BADI and transported to the production. Now it is in production system, but due to some issue, I want to deactivate that functionality in production system immediately. How can you do that? Go to SC19 and
Deactivate.
deactivate the implementation. That's it. Same with customer exits. Let's say you transported a customer exit to the production and it is causing some issues and you should deactivate it immediately. How can you do that? Go to
Go
which
to
transaction?
CMOD.
CMOD.
Go to CMOD, go to the project and deactivate the project. Okay? Your custom functionality is not going to work. Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
But if it is a user exit, there is no such option. You need to change that code in development system and need to transport again till production. That's why in most of the projects in these days, we are adding one switch for every enhancement option. So if that switch is active, that enhancement will execute. Otherwise, not. For that, we are going to use one custom table with flags. I'll show you that. Okay. So any questions? So prepare on user exits, customer exits, baddies, and implicit enhancement options. Tomorrow we'll create some examples, practical examples. Okay, but you need to be very clear on these concepts. Okay,
Okay, sir.
Okay.
including transaction codes, navigations. Okay, and how to find each option. Clear?